If you have already watched our Targeting Insights video, you must know by now which audience types are crushing it for you and which ones you still need to test. In the Audience Studio, you can dive even deeper and see the performance by the audience. And by the way, that's a unique visualization you will never get on Facebook. We're unifying the data of your audience performance even if you're using this audience in more than one campaign. In this video, we'll teach you how to leverage the Audience Studio to build powerful acquisition prospecting audiences. And once you go to the Audience Launcher, you can add them to your full funnel targeting strategy. We're now only focusing on prospecting, but we cover all the audience types in the Audience Launcher video. So make sure to watch it if you haven't already. In Targeting Insights, we saw that overall, interest targeting worked better than lookalike audiences. So we paused some of the lookalike audiences that were underperforming. But here in the Audience Studio, we can see that we have some very strong lookalike audiences that are just killing it. The Facebook 365 and the IG 365, for example. These are lookalikes of people who engage with my Facebook and Instagram pages in the last 365 days. Let's go ahead and narrow them down with our top interest to form a super strong prospecting audience. To avoid audience overlap and create a large enough audience, we'll combine both largest lookalikes right here, the 5 and the 6%. Note that you can create a few variations with different lookalike percentages. We'll add our top interests to the mix: beauty salons, beauty shops, and modern salon and spa. Just save the audience selection and give it a name. We'll launch it later in the Audience Launcher. Now, a word of advice or a warning if you prefer. You've probably heard of audience exclusions and know you must exclude retargeting and retention audiences from acquisition campaigns. If you don't exclude those audiences, Facebook will go after the warm audiences, which are retargeting and retention. This means your acquisition campaigns will not really target acquisition audiences and won't bring new customers to your business. But good news, all the preset Madgicx audiences you can launch in the Audience Launcher have these exclusions already built in, so you're already in a good place. However, since the iOS 14 update, pixel-based data has become way less accurate. That's why we recommend you manually uploading your customer list every month to Facebook and add it to the default exclusions in your Madgicx settings. Click on your profile photo at the bottom left side of the screen and select Add Accounts. Go to your relevant ad account and click Default Audience Exclusion. Search your up-to-date customer list audience and exclude it from your acquisition, both prospecting and re-engagement, and also the retargeting campaigns. Now that we're safe, let's go back to the Audience Studio. If you've seen in Targeting Insights that interest works well for you, and even if you were disappointed with their performance, you should in any case test some new interests. Unless this audience type has not been working for you for all the years after multiple tests, but I haven't witnessed such a case in my career. Let's go to Discover New Interests tab and see what Madgicx algorithm tells us about our audience. Here you'll see interests our system believes you should test based on your historical data. Before we start launching new interests, let us teach you how to build strategically sound interest targeting ad sets and in record speed. We usually see two approaches to interest targeting. Advertisers who apply the first approach think of a few interests to target, build one ad set per interest, and get frustrated when these ad sets don't work. Now to this I say, maybe you just got unlucky with a few interests you've targeted. There are tens or even hundreds of potential interests you can target. Now you might ask, but Chris, do you want me to launch 50 ad sets? That's going to be way too expensive. So this approach doesn't really seem to work. The other approach is to just put all these interests into a single ad set, which is nice because now we're targeting more interests at a lower cost. However, that's very problematic because you have no idea what truly works and what doesn't. That's why we have developed the following approach. Think in categories and dedicate each ad set to one category. For example, you can target other brands in your niche or online retailers in your niche, magazines in your niche, influencers, and so on. Try to dedicate every ad set to one category. For example, brands in your niche, and target all targetable brands in this specific ad set. Now, what are the benefits of taking this approach? Now you build fewer ad sets, which saves you money while still getting actionable insights. At least you can tell which category seems to work for you. Later, you'll be able to build individual ad sets targeting individual interests or find more interests that fit into that category that worked for you. Scaling proof of concept is the logic we are applying here. Let me show you how. In this example, we have a brand that sells equipment to nail salons. We can see that Madgicx cleverly connected interest in rock bands with an interest in nail colors and beauty. So let's create an ad set containing 4 to 6 rock bands. Note how the interest with the smallest audience size is on top. That way, our system helps you find these niche interests that are less competitive. If you're afraid of your audience being too broad, you can narrow it down by intersecting it with an interest that is most certainly relevant, such as health and beauty page admins. You can also test both methods, broad and narrow audiences, and see which one is the winner. Another super cool thing you can do here is search for a specific interest that has proven to be profitable for you in the past and find similar interests. If I search for beauty salons, I'll get other interests I can test here. So maybe I should create another audience composed of some of these exact suggestions. Once you've saved these audiences, you can either launch them immediately by clicking launch, or keep them saved and mass launch your entire strategy with me in the audience launcher video. We don't want to stop at these 2 to 3 prospecting audiences, but launch a full funnel strategy with you, which includes all the people you need to target along the funnel. That is prospecting, re-engagement, retargeting, and also retention. See you there.